You were not meant to become anyone else. That means you were born to become your authentic self. We hear that all the time. But sometimes we don't get there. Sometimes we might even doubt what that is. And it could have even been more challenging during our recent times. And it's been incredibly challenging for me, probably most of my life. But today that can change. I'm doing a channeling session tonight. It's the 25th. It's the new moon. And so I'm doing a channeling session, a Wilhelm channeling session. And as I was looking at the information, I started to notice patterns. I started to notice that recently, well, actually quite a while ago, they started showing me that they had given me messages that were synchronized over many, many years. And then yesterday, I found a message from last year that says, "We've given you everything." And I thought, that's not possible. And then I started reading the messages that they showed me, and I thought, oh, wow, it is possible. Because, see, everything is consciousness. Everything is how much we can believe about ourselves, and then we will use different means to get there. We use, cognitive behavior training to change how we used to think, or neuroscience, all of those things. And I did something else. I downloaded it all and had no clue as to what I was doing. But that was why it was really difficult for me to become and accept who I was. But what I knew is that I had developed something that any person could use and start to live this really wonderful life. If I could have gone through everything that I did and healed, and it was because of this work, of this philosophy, I go, that's going to help so many other people. And then I was told that it was a philosophy for the new world, you see, because it works for everyone. It's like, what if every person had something of value and worth within them? Then that would just kind of change everything. And I've said that for the last few years, and people said, Roger, that's just ridiculous. And when you read the messages, you'll know that it's not, because it's telling you who you can become. And it's always a process. We evolve over time, linear time. I didn't receive information that way, though. I didn't understand the information I was receiving in 2008. And that's what I discovered today. I started to go back and look at the messages back to last November. And that's when I started putting things up, all these dates from 2008. I had never done that before. I didn't even look back at old messages before 2021. That 2021 is when I started to see that there was some pattern. And then it started to explain to me why I had been healing. And then it also explained why others who would use this work were experiencing the same thing. They were coming to a greater state of awareness and clarity and a higher state of consciousness. And this is why I knew that I could understand what was happening in our world, because we're moving through energetic changes in our world. And that's why it looks a little chaotic. But I was given that information as well. Wilhelm's talked about all of it. So what that part wasn't surprising, but accepting who I had become was really difficult. And so I don't want you to go through that. And I'd love for you to come to the channeling session tonight. You can learn so much more about it. You can look at the work because we're expanding it now. I'm so thrilled. But I just had to give you this today because when you look at the messages, it's about you becoming your abundant self as well. This is why you deserve more abundance now. When we live, no matter what, as long as we've lived, or if we've done something, then the energy of abundance should come to us at some point. And I can see now why that would happen for me. And that's the title of the messages for tomorrow. But when you go to my site, any advice for today, I put them up there so that you can have them today. And because I just love for you to see them. And I'll leave the link for the channeling session. You can register for it. And if you can't be there in person, we will send the replay because this is going to be a really important one. We're moving through a lot of things, but you'll understand why. Okay, so this is the message. Here's the reason you deserve more abundance. And so we start in, they gave me this for tomorrow for 2025. However, when you start in 2008, you will see the progression that it takes in your consciousness. And it starts, you always receive what you ask for. However, in the past, your asking has been from a very limited perspective. And that was certainly true for me. That's true for all of us because we don't know. We don't know what's possible. We don't know what's available to us. But we've been taught limitation and we live with that. And so we don't break through it. And with this work, you break through it. So enjoy the messages and please come to the channeling session. Like I said, we'll send the replay to everyone. But this is the time where the energy of you loving yourself and becoming all you can be is going to be so important. And that means you, no one else was supposed to become you. You were meant to become your authentic self, whatever that is. Thank you for being here. Please subscribe to the channel and share it with others. And I'll see you all soon.